Hi, we're getting really close to the end of this module. There's not that much left to do. In this lesson we're going to talk about keeping records. Don't worry, this is not an introductory course for accountants. You don't even need to be good with numbers. Even if you're at the very beginning of your career and you're just getting started with your first truck, you're going to need some sort of record-keeping tool. Well, for experienced dispatchers working with 5 or more trucks, this is a vital necessity. What's the purpose of keeping records? It seems like a silly question, but many of us neglect numbers both in our work and in our daily lives. Many of us don't keep track of our personal finances or don't count our taxes, putting them off until the last day. In the process of building a team in business, I realized that without giving employees the task of keeping track of their own salaries and commissions, they wouldn't even do so. I want to make sure that you avoid this mistake and get on the right track from the very beginning. For this reason, I decided to give you a simple tool that will help you start this process from day one. If you have any experience in this area and you know how to work with Excel sheets or similar programs, then you can fine-tune the tool I presented, adjust it to your needs, or even make a new one from scratch in a program you like. For those who don't want to spend extra time on this, I present a way to keep track of your work. We call it a personal office. We use a similar but much more complex system in our company. I have simplified it to the bare minimum for the needs of a beginner dispatcher. The main goal of having an accounting system in place are keeping information on all loads for each carrier, keeping contacts of brokers for future cooperation, calculating basic truck performance indicators such as total miles, gross rate and rate per mile, dispatch fee calculation, and storing additional information on the loads depending on the customer's needs. For example, when each invoice was issued and for each specific load. After finishing the module, download the personal office template and take a bit of time to play around with it. It's extremely user-friendly. This tool will simplify the process of sending reports to carriers and billing for your services. And keeping these simple records will help you to continually develop as you gain experience. Check your personal office on a regular basis. Compare the figures between different carriers based on their equipment types and the areas in which they operate. Compare performance by season of the year and months. Observe the changes in performance in the run-up to the holidays and weekends. From my own experience, I can say with absolute certainty that in the course of a single year, a dispatcher who kept records in this format and regularly analyzed the data will grow as a professional many times more than a dispatcher who didn't do it and crunched the numbers in a random note or on a piece of paper.